Hi, if you're seeing this, I have a message for you, or many messages. If you want a private reading, you can check out my Etsy shop at Whispers of Sage Bliss. Let's get into it. My kittens they're play fighting right now. What does this collective need to hear right now at this time for their highest good? This is a long shuffle. There we go. Finally. All right, you have optimism. Choose trust over cynicism. I just tried to burp, but nothing came out. To me, this card tells me the energy just feels like you have to trust yourself over any doubt or maybe even any external opinions about where you're leading yourself. Trust yourself where you're leading yourself. Because ultimately, you only know what's best for you and your path. Nobody else is living your life. You only know what's best. But to also like the optimism part, this makes me think of like new experiences that you want to experience. But with experiencing these things, you have the conscious decision to trust yourself and how you're leading yourself and how you're moving forward rather than maybe some fear or doubt that may creep in your mind. I think it is completely normal as a human to have that, but to consistently choose to trust yourself and to believe in yourself and where you're leading yourself. Even with the new experiences and you're not feeling too sure, you know what's best for you. Feel sure about it. If you even have an idea or an inkling of something, go for it. And I know it's easier said than done. I feel like I relate to this collective a lot already. What does this collective need to hear at this time? Well, this one wanted to come out. Ace of Pentacles, luck. Ooh, I wrote this in my journal actually earlier. I kind of wanna... Maybe it was yesterday. You're in a powerful new beginning in the material world, and there's something that's physical that's coming in. That coexists very well with this optimism card, with like these new experiences that you're going to be having. This could go along the lines too of you kind of ending a cycle right now at this time, but you're also creating a new structure for yourself. So it's like you're letting go as you're adding on. You're adding on, but you're also letting go as you're adding on. And part of you to add on is to really trust yourself with where you're leading yourself and really believing in yourself. There's doors that are opening for you for your tangible goals that are in the physical. And I believe that this is bringing you stability and growth. And this is something that you're building right now. Something that you're building right now is going to last a very long time. A very long time. I just looked at King of Swords structure. Yeah, there's something that you're building right now that has to do with your intellectual power and your truth. And right now is like one of the first steps to be decisive within the steps you're taking and how you're moving forward currently. One of the notes that I'm looking at now, use sharp intellect, communication, ethical standards to make sound, objective decisions. Prioritizing logic, head over heart. Hi, baby. This is Yoshi. Isn't he the cutest little baby? Ugh, rude. You're just so cute, Joe. I just love you. Yeah, using sharp intellect, prioritizing logic, head over heart. And I feel like right now, maybe you feel a sense of, there's like this energy, that like that's like clouding the head right now. Maybe it feels like you don't have clarity, even though you do. A powerful, knowledgeable figure focused on facts, logic, and critical thinking. So maybe this also just has to do with like a decision. This makes me feel like it has to do with a decision. What is it that this collective needs to hear at this time? Ooh, wishes. The Star. And the Empress, nurture. I feel like you have a lot of good luck when it comes to the manifestations that you're currently working on right now. I feel like you've caught some movement to move forward with it, to finally take the steps to move forward with it. But also during this time, as you're taking the steps, it's also very vital and very important for you to nurture yourself during this time as you're creating your manifestations. This is very exciting. Look at you. Oh yeah, passion, Queen of Wands. You are very intuitive right now at this time. You are just an intuitive person in general, but I think you are coexisting. You're in this balancing stage with your passion. My cats are going crazy. There's a part of you that I think that needs nurturing within yourself as you're taking these approaches and steps forward with whatever decision you are making moving forward. This decision has to do with your passion, though. Has to do with your creative side, possibly your work, maybe your home life, and then justice, balance. You're getting, girl, like, or boy, whoever you are, doesn't matter here. You're getting your justice when it comes to you manifesting and currently taking the steps of your manifestation. Even if you don't even know if you're taking the right steps, but you are the right steps. Whatever is right for you is what is right. There's no wrong. Yeah, there's this balance that I think is coming. This is my other kitty. This is Gizmo. Isn't he cute? You're both boys. You're both boys. You guys are so cute. With this balance, justice, balance, passion. There's this balance that's coming in. There's this justice that's coming in. And I feel like you just had your justice moment, like, not that long ago, probably 3 months ago or so. And I think it really changed the trajectory of your faith and your hope and your trust within yourself. Wow. And I'm hearing it's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again when it comes to your manifestations. So maybe this justice is like, hold on, I need to read these cards. Where are you? Maybe this justice that came in for you at one point in time was like, it was a faith and hope scenario. And regardless, you would have been okay. But it's almost like something came and swept you off your feet to like protect you. Not to save you, but to protect you in a way. Yeah. Okay, let's just keep moving. The world motivation. You have a motivation for your passion, man. Dude, a lot of success, luck, balance, nurturing. You have this motivation to keep moving forward, and the wheel is turning in your favor. It really is. It's ever so slowly, like how I'm picturing it in my brain is it's turning and then it clicks. Turns for a little bit and then it clicks. Like it clicks into place. It's kind of like you meet like I want to say landmark, but I feel like that's not. You meet yourself at a certain level when this wheel is turning, and this wheel I feel like kind of represents like life itself, the momentum of what we live, our world, you know? It's shifting as we're living, and then there's something that just clicks into place. It's like you meet a mark. You're moving forward. You're going to have a lot of abundance with these manifestations that you have. This is such a beautiful reading. This is not like any of my other ones. Well, it kind of is, but similar collective. But it is different. Different cards. Two of Cups. That came out in my other reading. Two of Cups, Three of Wands, Page of Pentacles. You're going to be in union with yourself and your trust when you take this leap of faith within new experiences, something that you're learning, something that you haven't experienced yet. You're going to find some sense of freedom in it. And you almost think like, I want to take the leap of faith, but justice will be there to catch you. You know, you think it might not work out, but justice will be there to catch you. Yeah, you're finding this new sense of freedom within yourself, especially in these new experiences. I feel like this is a new way for you to express your authentic self, to express your personality, your voice, how you're communicating. Yeah. Wow, okay. What else does this collective need to hear? Scoot it out a little bit, that's why they keep falling. Yeah, you're stepping into some sort of creative endeavor that has to do with your passion with these new experiences. You're mastering something within yourself. I just heard coexisting. There's something that you're coexisting in with yourself. It's like a battle between you and you. And I feel like you're getting to the mastery point. You're getting there. Wow. I just think I think everybody is, obviously, but you are coexisting with so many things right now in this world. Like the world that clicking into place. You keep lining up with your alignment of where you're supposed to be, even if it doesn't feel like it. But you're coexisting with a lot of different things in the material world that is ultimately helping you have this new sense of structure. You're building your structure right now, your new sense of structure. But you will master it. You will. You will master it with patience. Knight of Pentacles. There's no rush to this. There's no rush. Maybe you feel like you need to keep the momentum going and to kind of rush. No. That's not something that will help you stay grounded. If anything, it will just stress you out. If you keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and it will lead to burnout. This is a step-by-step type of thing. The Sun, happiness. Yeah, this is something that you need to move forward with vigilance. But to also be patient with the structure that you're building right now at this time. Because it takes time to build it. And maybe you don't even know what you're building, but you know where you're leading yourself ultimately. You know what you want. You got the golden ticket though, man. You got the golden ticket, and you are being guided like every single moment of your day, your weeks. What else does this collective need to hear right now at this time? Passion, the Lovers. This could have to do with a significant other or a friend, relationship, someone you may be close to. There's some sort of purity that I almost want to say like you're exchanging. There's some sort of love and purity that you may be exchanging with some sense of yourself. This kind of reminds me of like letting go. Letting go and also accepting what is in front of you and what you have. Gratitude as well. Can I get some more on this card? Four of Pentacles, stability. Get some more about the Lovers. Oh no, I did that in a different reading. Okay, a part of you moving through towards your passion leads back to this. So I feel like we're nearing the end of this reading. In order for you to, not to feel, I guess, in order for you to have stability within your passion, is for you to have patience right now at this time. And really embracing the freedom and the new experiences that you are having. Because these new experiences ultimately lead you to your passion and this stability that you are looking for and that you're also simultaneously building right now. And this also has to do with this optimism card. Really trusting yourself. So maybe there's some sort of conflict within your emotions, your memories, blocks, wounds, traumas. Confirmation burp. Maybe there's some sort of distrust. I have the chills. Maybe there's some sort of distrust that you have within yourself because of some of the wounds that you may have had in the past. And I feel like you've already recognized this throughout time, but emotions on the bottom. When emotions come up, sometimes it feels like you're reliving it all over again. Um, but there is some sort of balance. There's some sort of balance happening, and there's a responsibility that is happening within betrayal and heartbreak that you've had. But you know how to get through it with the gifts and the intuition that you have grown over time, that you currently are growing. This spontaneity. Maybe you feel like you move through your emotions at times when it has to do with your wounds of the past. Okay, I'm hearing like two different things. There's like a compare and contrast, basically black and white, you know? I think it is vital for you to be spontaneous in how you're moving forward with these new experiences. Hi, baby. I think it's good to be spontaneous when moving through these new experiences and this new sense of freedom. My nose is so itchy. Like I'm onto something. If my nose gets really itchy when I'm onto something. The other side of spontaneity, like spontaneism, you know how sometimes we don't think about what we do and then we just do it just to do it? And it's almost like you just don't have any thoughts as to what A, B, and C, what could happen, A, B, and C, you know? What are the pros? What are the cons? What is something that could happen? What is something that will have a good outlook for me? What's a bad outlook for me for this? Whatever you're kind of jumping on. I think this message is specifically about how you're moving forward, how you're approaching, and I think this is a slow roll. You're like a turtle, and the hair's ahead of you. Eventually you'll catch up to the hair, you know? But this spontaneous energy, I think there is this pull to move forward, but do it step by step. I think it's good to lunge forward in that way with maybe some of the new experiences you want to experience, but to also, oh God, my cat just farted and it stinks. Ugh. You guys stinky butt. You guys stinky booty. But yeah, I think it's good to move forward with being spontaneous about how you're moving forward, but to also, like I said, head over heart. Really think about the pros and cons of some of the decisions of these new experiences that you are living. I think it's very important. I think it's very important to think things through, to not completely just jump on something. I think it's good to really jump into something, but at times, with some of these memories that come up, I think this could also mean good memories too. Maybe I'm just reading for a different side of the collective. I feel like I am because I just got the chills. But yeah, this spontaneous energy when it comes to memories and wounds and traumas, I think it's important for you to also take a step back and it's almost like a flip of the script, like head over heart. I think it's important for you to be logical about the new experiences that you want to experience and how you're moving forward, the pros and cons. But to also like, wait, where was I going with that? Memories. What was I saying? I forgot. She went whoop. Oh, head over heart. I think it's logical with these new experiences to use your head over your heart because you really don't know what you may be getting into. Not that means even if you do that, it doesn't mean something bad is going to happen. I want to make that clear because whatever you choose to do is for you and your path. And I think if you feel that urge to do it, do it. But I do think there is a learning lesson along the way when it comes to your intuition. Oh, the flip of the script. I was gonna say, like, I feel like this is like a very, like, use your head logically and how you're moving forward in like the material realm, but also in a way it's like choose your heart and your intuition as to where you're leading yourself with memories and traumas and this spontaneous vibe to just kind of tear apart I guess your perspective of your logic. That has to do with maybe like with your emotions. So sometimes when we're feeling emotions and we think we're being logical because we're feeling a certain way and we may want to communicate or talk about it, but sometimes the end result or the send off of it is not exactly, it's kind of spontaneous in a way because you're like, oh, well, you know, you want to try and figure out and come to your own perspective, but also while asking maybe for another perspective. But yeah, this spontaneous energy, you're in a balance of it right now. Harmony. You're very in tune with your emotions, and I feel like you are pulling yourself back when it comes to saying things that could be in your head and they're from memories, traumas, wounds that could have happened. But you are very in tune though with like, you are aware. I think you are aware of the emotions that come into play with some of the memories that you have. And I feel like you know not to jump and kind of just point fingers or I feel like you're not necessarily looking for external validation, but you have all the validation you need within yourself. I think it's important for you to communicate that, like your perspective. But I guess maybe with some of the wounds and the traumas, maybe let's not be so spontaneous as to jump onto them, latch onto them, and hold it to be true, even if it's not. If it happened, yeah, it was true at one point in time, but do you want to keep living your life as if it is going to keep continuously happening? Clocked that. Yeah, I hope this makes sense. I feel like this makes a lot of sense. This is a wild message. This is a very big one. But we're nearing the end. I think this is the last card. Five of Pentacles, emotional withdrawal. That literally goes along with what I was saying. Emotional withdrawal when it comes to you wanting to your brain and your head to, or I guess your ego, it wants to latch on to maybe some sort of bad memories or traumas, wounds, whatever you'd like to call it. But they're kind of asking you to take a step back and to really fully trust. It goes right back to the beginning, to fully trust within yourself and where you're leading yourself and where you are right now and how you're moving forward currently. We could always be doing a little bit better, you know, that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you with that. Yeah, literally. Awareness on the bottom. There's some sort of awareness that you're currently being woken up to right now. Or maybe you're being asked to be aware of to just be aware of the wounds that you have, and kind of how you're self-sabotaging yourself without withdrawing yourself and really coming down back to earth. Hi, baby. You still got a stinky booty. Did you poop? You too. You're so cute. Okay, I think that's the end of my reading. You better not bite me. You're so cute. I hope you have a lovely, extraordinary day, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for clicking on this. Give it a little thumbs up, a little comment. And yeah, thank you.